Hey guys, welcome back. Right now we're watching a Dead by Daylight 9th anniversary live stream. I think it's directly from PAX East. So let's take a look. I feel like it's happening live. Or within like, I think I have like a, what,
Hi.
like 10-second delay? To set things up.
Folks, we got a show
Definitely does not
for
look
you.
like
There's still
720p, but okay.
Oh yeah.
that.
Come on in. There's still room.
So hopefully there's going to be like Five Nights at Freddy's
Oh, wow.
and then maybe other modes or something else as well. Hopefully. We'll see about that.
So in the biz, they call that a hype trailer. Seems that it worked. I felt pretty hype coming out of that.
Wait, what was
Thank
the
you,
hype trailer?
everybody, for joining us today for Dead by Daylight's 9th anniversary live stream spectacular from PAX East.
I only ever been to
Boston,
PAX
Massachusetts.
once, and I've been there like 10 years ago, I believe. Didn't really find anything because there's like no
This
new
is one of
games,
my
only like
favorite
indie
events
games.
every year.
And it was not as.
But
Oh,
I
there's
haven't
unknown
been
right
here
there.
for a good decade. What's happening? I don't. Oh, is the unknown? Is the unknown here?
Yeah, unknown is here.
It's a great event. I used to live in
That's
Boston,
a pretty cool model for the unknown, to be fair.
But for some reasons out of our control, we haven't come for a number of years.
Yeah.
There was a global thing that happened.
Yeah. But yeah, PAX has always been.
I
Very
think the
special
sound
for us.
volume is fine, right?
It's not only is it an amazing place to be, it's
also,
just awesome to be
why
with our
is it
people
not
here.
full screen?
But it's where it all began for us, right?
It is.
9 years ago, we had the smallest little booth you can get in the corner there, and then we showed our little game to people. We didn't have much.
I didn't know
back
it
then.
started
We
at
were a team of
PAX
30
East. That's
people.
cool.
We had a dream. We had stars in our eyes.
Look at that. Wowzers.
Oh,
Divinity
Jiminy
Original Sin 2
Jilliker.
on the right side. That's cool.
But we had this little gem of a game, you know, this strange asymmetrical multiplayer game where 4 people are trying to escape a nightmare while someone is trying to murder them all. And somehow it resonated. People understood what we were bringing, and it worked.
It worked indeed. And you know what? We dove right into
I have
it.
a Roomba going on. Let me turn it off.
This man right here, his name is Matt Cote.
You might hear it. It's coming in
our
my
head
room.
of partnerships on Dead by Daylight. And my name's Eric Pope. I'm the community director on Dead by Daylight, and I'm very happy you're here.
Who's that? Is that
So
Five
as
Nights at
Matt
Freddy
was
character
saying,
or no?
PAX specifically is very important to DBD. And Matt, I don't know if you know this. We've gone back to the
Also, is
archives,
the-
not those archives.
It's like the camera's jittery.
Our
Like
archives.
moves up and down.
We've gone back
very,
to
very
our
slightly.
archives. Calm down. And we found a little clip of Matt from the very first one. So why don't we roll that?
How many killers, how many survivors are you hoping to add? A lot more, or?
Yes, many, many more. The idea has always been when you start the game, you don't know who you're up against, you don't know what powers are going to be facing you, you don't know which map you're going to be in, and the other survivors, you
Warhammer
don't know what
Dawn of War.
abilities and perks and whatnot they're going to bring.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Not sure what was
I
up
wonder
with
how long
my
it's going to be.
eyebrows back
Is it
then.
going to be
Let's
like
have
an
a hand for
hour-long
Matt's
thing?
eyebrows. 2016 eyebrows were very bushy. I love it. So I like to think the team delivered on what you said, and now we are in a place where we have 38 killers. 38 survivors, 45. Jesus, I have it backward. 38 killers, 45 survivors. And,
The only thing I really know about this is that there's been leaks that there's a Geralt of Rivia coming into the. This happened like an hour ago. Geralt of Rivia is coming to DBD as well. Not sure if it's like a Vittorio skin or if it's just like a, you know, like a actual what's it called? Like ultra rare character,
Yes, Halloween.
where you just get like the full-on skin, or if it's just like
here, I
Vittorio
believe.
cosplaying as him.
Halloween was
we'll
the
see.
very first time we brought in some Legends of Horror.
It'll be kind of interesting
many
how
more followed
Vittorio, or
Yeah,
like, sorry, not
Leatherface,
Vittorio,
Chucky,
how Geralt would
Alien,
be like,
Stranger
"Fucking,
Things.
I
Ash from
hate
Evil Dead.
generators. Instead of portals, you just
on
hate
and
generators.
on.
Yes.
That would be really funny.
And on it rolls.
Yeah, one of the big milestones for us was probably like Silent Hill.
Yeah, Silent Hill was good. I think the Resident
Silent
Evil
Hill was the very
was really
first
nice
time
too.
we had a video game chapter, and for us it meant quite a lot because Silent Hill and Resident Evil specifically were games that inspired a lot of us on the team to make video games, right? They were with us when we were young, and being able to work with these people to create
Also, I believe
something in our game
did see
that
the
they were proud of,
developers
they thought
talk
their fans
about
would
their
enjoy,
game in like
was
Hot Wings.
so validating and
What's the thing
humbling,
called?
honestly.
The Hot
should do
Ones,
more with
kind of like that sort of
I'm just saying,
30-minute
that's my
video,
opinion.
but I have not
Just a
seen the
guy's
entire
opinion.
thing. I just seen the
realized,
beginning
by the way, I
and
want to apologize to
kinda
this
clicked
half
off
of the
because I
room
was
because I'm
busy with
just looking
something else.
over here at Matt.
Okay, I'm looking at them.
Hi. Yeah, you get Matt's face, which is better in the end anyway. Or you can look at me up there. Sorry. So yeah, iconic licenses,
exciting.
Matthew. It's a nice segue actually to our show today. We've made add another or some.
Yes.
Well, then let's, without further ado,
Yeah, what are we
dive into
gonna
the
talk
run of
about today?
show
Get
to
the
tell you
trailer.
what we're
Get
actually going to
the
talk about
trailer.
instead of Matt and I just rambling. So if you want to put that up on the screen, we're going to kick things off
Rick and Morty new
whenever you
season May
want,
25th.
with Jose and Justin to talk
So
about the
FNAF
upcoming
upcoming
content
collection. So I
roadmap,
think that's the collection one, right?
as well
Choose
as
your own chapter?
quality of
Ooh.
life updates.
Interesting.
Stop
Yes,
it.
please give more quality of life before FNAF, please. We want people to stay, not actually leave the game as they come in, get tunneled,
That,
or don't know what the heck
Dave
they're doing,
I will be
and
back to
just
give
leave right
you
away.
More details on the next
Doesn't bring
chapter,
players in
which is
for,
of
like,
course
long
Five
term.
Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. What?
Also, 9 years is kind of crazy, no?
They said it could never happen.
They said we shouldn't do it.
We're doing it. Doing it live.
It would be very interesting to see the power and stuff.
After that, we've got fan favorite Rosalie to introduce you to some amazing upcoming collections that are coming to the game.
Oh yeah, apparently that they released
And then
the
my favorite,
Jake
Dave,
Park and Singularity
Dave is coming
from the
back after
custom,
that, and he's
not
gonna
custom,
tell
sorry,
you
the
about,
community
another
voted
one of our
skins,
original
and
chapters that we're
unfortunately
gonna
they're
do
not
that has
as
a
good
major
looking.
twist.
It's a little
The
spoiled
color
on
and
the
everything,
picture right
especially
there.
for
So
Singularity,
just
was really bad,
but just
personally
pretend
speaking,
you don't
from
know
what I've seen.
me.
So
Pretend you can't
kind of
read.
sucks, but you know, it is what
So
it
I
is.
think that's enough. We can get things rolling now.
You
Thank
get it for
Matt.
free from Battle. Oh,
What?
I'm just gonna leave now.
Well,
you get it
Matt,
for
he's
free
gonna come
from the
back
Battle
here. Matt,
Pass.
I'll be
So,
back.
yeah.
Matt's not done with the show by a long shot. Thank you, Matt.
Have fun.
I don't know. He's like, peace.
And
I'm
now
out.
we'll welcome Justin Brown and Jose.
I gotta go look into the
Ramos.
other games that are coming out in packs.
Welcome, guys.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Jose is our executive producer on Dead by Daylight. He's a vice president as well, for people who care about that sort of thing. Justin is our senior director
I wonder
of
if, like,
product management. If you don't know what that
10th
means,
anniversary is gonna be
he
like a
cares
full-on
ton about the game,
golden
actually.
skull or
He's kinda
something.
one of the
'Cause
main
it's
people
kinda like
that my
gilded,
team
kind of
talks to from the
like
community to
partially golden.
help make changes
So
happen
maybe
to
it's
the
gonna
game.
be
And
golden?
So that's
I
why
don't
they're
know.
here,
Just random
because
thing.
yes, we have the content roadmap that we're going to talk about, which is cool and new stuff, but also, more importantly to me, quality of life. The quality of life initiative couldn't have happened without these guys.
Yes, absolutely. It is one way to do my very first live stream, so that's pretty amazing. Thank you, thank you. I think I will tell my
hopefully
kids
there's
there
gonna be
were
more things.
12,000 people also. That's
More
something
changes
like
to the
that.
give up
So yeah, as
or
you
like
said,
abandon
I
feature.
think, we want to give you a sneak peek
perks
of,
list on
our
lobby.
content roadmap leading us to the
Couple more.
10th year anniversary, which is crazy just to say it. We will also give you an update on our quality of life efforts, as you mentioned, something incredibly important for us.
Also, they're wearing
for
the
you.
same shirt. I don't know what
We'll
it
make sure to give you all of the
sort of
details.
shows anything.
Yes, of course. And before we dive
It's
in,
a little
I just
bit
want to give
too
a
tough
quick
to tell.
shout out, a thank you to the
Death
incredible Dead by Daylight
is
team back home. It is because of their hard work
not
and passion that we're able
escape.
to
Oh,
deliver
that's
this
not
content
escape,
and this
okay.
quality, year after year.
Shout out to the DBD team.
Oh, they're also gonna. Are they gonna talk about their killer from the game that they created? It was mediocre.
While they work, I hope. So,
Passing to Frank Stone,
sorry,
I
that's
believe.
loud. I told everyone they can go do quiet mic. I'm very loud. Why don't we talk about some of the highlights of the past year, Jose, real quickly?
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of highlights, of course. I think the main focus was to bring things that you have waited for many, many, many years. I think the
Yes,
main one,
exactly.
of course, is 2v8. So bringing 2v8
It's
to life
9th anniversary.
was
We
something
barely
that
got any quality of
we really
life
wanted
before
to
like
achieve.
a couple months ago. It's kind of crazy to
Vtuberreaction
think
is
about. But yeah.
something that also you waited for a very long time, and that now you can have. From a content standpoint, I think between Vecna, Dracula, Killer with a Dog, but also the very most recent chapter that we released with Tokyo Ghoul was one of the most popular chapter ever, really, that we have had.
Yeah, a lot of weeps play the
it was
game.
quite
I'm not gonna.
amazing for us.
And I think you're a big
I'm not gonna
anime
deny
fan, so
that.
you probably felt.
Kind of a cool killer,
and,
but
honestly,
definitely needs
not only
adjustment,
that, but
personally speaking.
The way we managed to bring the anime into the art side of DBD, I think the team made really an amazing job. Yeah, that was really, really cool.
Shout out to our anime fans.
Many of them.
Our anime fans in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston. What is it?
Thank you for
Clam
indulging
chowder.
But also, you know, this chapter gave us a chance, an excuse to travel to Japan for the first time in a very long time. It was long overdue. I think Dave,
It's their
Matt, and
excuse,
the rest
yes.
of the team
We're going to
spent really
Japan.
Quality time with them, and that's
So we just
really
gotta
what
find
we
the killer
want to do a
from.
bit more, you know,
I
spend
guess
the time
Junji Ito was
with our
maybe
community,
they did it at
to
the same
events
time.
like this one,
Like,
and more to
talks
come.
at the
We were
same
in
time
Scotland
for
recently.
their
We were
collection.
in Sao Paulo for Gamescom LATAM just last week, and again we will be there in more events to come.
Yeah, and to not confuse you, actually, we did release another chapter after Tokyo Ghoul just this week with the unshakable EMT Orella Rose, which is very cool. And though I imagine most of you have seen it already, we're still going to take just a minute to watch her amazing trailer. So,
Okay. Yeah. So they just added the survivor, and that is it. No killer, no new map. Just this. I heard her like out of the 3 perks, 2 are kind of useless, but it seems like it's kind of a thing for everyone, or like most of the most of the survivors and most of the killers. It's kind of like that.
My name is Orella. I'm here to help.
One of the perks is if the killer carries survivor and you take a protection hit,
We got to do
right? Basically,
a lot of
he swings
fun
at you and he hits you.
teasers, for
Everyone else
Orella,
gets
so it was
a
really cool to
25%
see
speed
people
boost
kind of
for
fall
like
in
6
love with her
seconds or
before
something
they
like
even
that.
knew who she was.
I heard that one's the
So,
best
we
one, but
know
I could be wrong
people
for
like
sure.
Teasers, we've heard that, so we're going to try to keep doing more teasers in the future. So, thank you. And one last thing about Orella, actually, I think you see it on the screen right now. Very, very, very
okay.
happy we're able to do this. We're running a charity initiative right now based on Orella with the St. Justine Foundation in Montreal. They help sick kids. So it's running already in game.
I
It's
guess if you
going
do
until
donation, then
27th
you
of
get
May.
both
All you
skins?
have to do, if you haven't already, is purchase one or both of those
Oh, never mind.
beautiful outfits in the game with orc cells, please, orc cells. And 100% of the proceeds are going to that amazing foundation, which was important to
That's
us.
cool.
It's a local one in Montreal. Thank
Although kind of
you.
pay to
We actually have a twist
lose
coming
because
up
they're
in
so
that
bright.
campaign, too. Stay tuned. Orella
like
marks
the,
the last
stable one as well.
release of the Year 9 calendar. So we're going to dive in now to the Year 10 calendar, Justin.
Hey, let's
that's
go.
right. And this is the time
I'm
when
ready.
I
I'm
try to
excited.
bite my tongue and not give you guys any spoilers. Sorry.
Okay,
I will
new killer.
say we
Wait.
have
Oh yeah, that's
5
Kaneki.
chapters,
Yeah.
3 will be licensed, 2 will be original. Of course, the next chapter, you guys already know, it's Five
Wait,
Nights at
June?
Freddy's.
New killer. Oh yeah, that's right. And then licensed 2 survivors. So maybe one
It's a
Geralt,
killer
one something
and a
else.
map, but Dave and Matt are going to be up to talk way more about that just after us.
In-game
We're going to follow that
events,
up with another
modifier.
licensed chapter
2v8's
that will
coming.
feature
Wait,
2
wait, wait.
iconic survivors.
I heard 2v8 is
won't
gonna
reveal who
come
they are
in
today, but you guys are
May.
gonna love it for sure. And
Right,
then
like
finally,
this
we're gonna
month.
end the summer with
There's
an
gonna be, like-
original chapter, the first one of the year.
August?
It's going to be on one of our favorite themes, which is folklore, Asian horror folklore specifically.
Oh, nice.
It's going to
Asian
be
horror.
one of
Nice.
the most
I love it.
gruesome chapters we've ever released, so we cannot wait to get it into your hands.
It's messy. It's gory.
Very messy. We will
Try to
close
think
out the
about
year with
any
one
other
big licensed chapter with
Japanese
not one,
folklore,
but
like-
2 survivors.
Interesting.
And the last one is actually very interesting. It's a very special
Geralt and
chapter.
Ciri? I
You
don't know,
see
man.
there is no killer in there, and that's because there will be a survivor, but also a new realm that we know you're
New
going
realm?
to love. I wish I could spoil more.
What is new
Not
realm?
yet there, but we will talk about it in the future. And there will also
so
be
basically-
a twist on an existing killer. So the point also of this is because killer requires so much effort, we again want to give enough space and room to the team to be able to work on those quality of life elements. That's very
Yeah,
important
makes
for
sense.
us that, you know, we kind of focus on that.
Yes.
Okay, let me just go back for a second as we talk. License chapter, so this will be the Five Nights at Freddy's, right? With a new map, license chapter 2 survivors, so maybe Witcher, I don't know. Next one is the not licensed, so perhaps they're gonna have Frank Stone and a new survivor as well related to that. Then November, another killer and 2 new survivors. I really wish they would just do 1 killer, 1 survivor, just because a lot of times with the perks of those survivors, as I mentioned before, you only get 1 good one per killer or per survivor each, so it's not really worth to get just spend more time on getting better perks or think about better things. But that's just my 50 cents here.
We kind of focus on that.
Yes, which
5
thank you
cents.
for the
Is it
wonderful
5 cents?
segue, Jose. Comes to talk to the community every day. The quality of the game, the quality of health of the game is just as important as the new stuff. So that's what we're going to talk about now.
Yeah, there's like a very small
like I said
jitter
earlier,
on the
I'm
screen.
really psyched that
Like
this
it keeps
is being
moving up and down.
prioritized. As Jose just mentioned, we've even taken the
not
decision
good.
here
It's
and
like
there
vibration
to
or something, I
adjust
don't know.
the schedule of the year's releases based around doing more work on quality of life. So, Jose, why don't you take it away?
Yeah. So again, success of DBD is about the community. And so this year, what we really want
Community is not the best, I will tell you that. I'm sorry.
To have more conversation than ever, to apply that feedback and to improve the overall experience of DBD. We think, and we're going to show with some details, that we have made great progress, but that doesn't mean that we are not going to meet some hiccups. The last release that we just had, we know has brought bugs on some of the killers, and that's something that we want to react very quick on. There is a lot more to come that, again, we are going to give a lot of details.
Yeah, I guess you have a lot of things to fix before the Friday Nights at Freddy's. Otherwise, people would leave. They go going for one week, play the game, or 2 weeks, and that's it. They'll be like, "Ah, I don't like it. It's too stressful. It's too like not old school, but like doesn't have a lot of quality of life things." So a lot of people might just leave, or the community itself. Like if you get tunneled.
But this year, we're doing things differently.
I talk a little bit over them, but
central North Star, which is to make sure that Dead by Daylight is respecting our players' time. And so all of our focus
that would be
really
great.
about delivering on that promise to you guys as the players.
Yes, and actually I want to mention, we've already started rolling out the quality of life stuff. The first major feature of it was the abandoned feature, which went out
I want to pause,
release.
but okay, sure, I can pause it. It's fine. I'm still gonna watch the entire thing. Basically, what ends up happening is people get into the game. It's really difficult to get into it. You kind of need someone else to explain it to you, or else you're just gonna like hide around corners, not know what are the good perks for beginners you can get for free, which is important because a lot of time like the best perks or like meta perks or good perks are usually done by the like you have to buy those chapters, like for example even Decisive Strike, right? If you don't want to get tunneled or reduce the chances of getting tunneled, you have to get Laurie Strode, which costs like what, $3 to $5, but doesn't matter, you still have to get it for the Halloween chapter in order to get that perk and get less tunnel. It would have been great. Like you always have to, like as you get into this game, you have to read up on it or look at YouTube guides and like what is the best survivor to unlock, what are the best like perks to unlock right away, instead of it being in the game, or like some of those perks, like beginner friendly perks. I feel like they should just be in the game itself, like neutral perks. Like you should just unlock them right away, or like at least the game will tell you, okay, these 5 to 10 perks are beginner friendly. We would recommend you that, but of course feel free to do anything else, so that people who are just starting in the game, they just get an option. They'll be like, oh, okay, I can do like Bond, I can do Kindred, I can do Will Make It, I can do Sprint Burst or something like that. You know, it will be so nice to have, but for some reason the devs are just not doing that. And then you have to like go online and go to YouTube and watch like a 30-minute video talking about, okay, yep, these are the top priority survivors, these are the top priority killers, etc. Would have been nice to have that all in game. And the same thing is just like the quality of life things. It's like, yeah, being slugged for 4 minutes is not fun. Imagine going into the game, you just started, you just bought the game for hopefully like, was it $8 on sale? But what if you bought it for 20? You try to play with your friends, or if you have no friends, let's say you have no friends, you just wanted to pick up a new game. Not only do you not know what perks to run, you also have to either watch videos on all of the killers or just struggle against them. You cannot, I don't think you can play bot games with bot killers. So like if you're a survivor and you want to practice surviving with 3 other like bots and a bot killer, you cannot do that, I believe. Not yet. So you cannot do that. You just have to either have friends or just struggle through it, which is awful. Sorry, I know I'm talking a lot, but it feels like the new player experience is really, really bad. Like one of my friends, Azukia, has been new to the game, and the way I introduced her to the game is actually the 2v8 mode, because it's so much easier to get into. The stakes of, if you get hooked, if you get downed, stakes are way, 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 way lower. You get hooked, it's fine, you get unhooked, and you still kind of understand, okay, so this map like has corn, it has basic structures, I get unhooked right away, I can heal people, I can do gens. Gens are done way faster. I think heal is the same time, but like the main thing is just like the main mode is very, very slow. I remember I was playing 2v8 a lot. I was grinding it with friends and stuff. We almost had like an 8-minute lobby, and what ended up happening is it was super fun. And then the 2v8 ended, and I was like, I don't really want to. I tried a couple of games of regular 1v4, and I was like, everything is really slow. I really do not want to endure it, and I think I took like almost like a 1-month break from it, just because it's taking like it's a bit too slow. And if you were having bad experiences like what I've been having recently, just like let's say I play 3 to 4 hours of DPD, I have like let's say 10 games, right? Out of those 10 games, maybe 1 or 2 are enjoyable, where we have fun. Both it feels like both the killer and the survivors are playing competitive, or not competitively, but like competently, let's call it that. And then on the other 8 games, you just get like heavy tunnel, heavy slugs, heavy camping, just like hook and then stand right there and just wait for people to come in and hook or something. Or like as soon as you get an unhook, the killer directly comes back and heavily tunnels that person that just got unhooked, so you couldn't heal them at all. It's very, very not enjoyable for me, personally speaking, and I've been having those games like those gamer days of DBD in 2-3 in a row. So right now I'm just chilling, waiting for new updates and stuff. So hopefully this will reignite my my interest for the game. But yeah, sorry. All right, rant out.
Pretty well received. We got also a lot of great feedback on how we can tweak it to be even better. So it's been a cool way to kick off the initiative with a big feature that helps to address some issues.
Of course, and the most recent release, I mean, despite some of the issues that are already there, we did fix some critical issues. The skill check release window, which had been sort of a plague for a long time, finally resolved.
I believe they released the QTE, like the actual patch notes and everything, patch changes came out a couple days ago. I haven't really tested them because I've been just taking a break, but hopefully it does help out a lot, because it really sucked when you're working on a gen and then at one moment you just said to like go and run somewhere else, and that's the moment where you get the skills check proc, and then you just blow up the gen for 9 or 10%, and it's so awful. It feels so bad, man.
Unhook spam
it's crazy.
Exploit resolved. We also finally added perk previews, which we had tested a long time ago. Not to be confused with seeing your survivor teammates perks, which is something we'll do later in the year as well. And then the sort of controversial quest system, we do plan on monitoring that. The intention is never to make it more grindy. In fact, it should be the opposite, if anything. So we're going to look at the numbers. We're going to see if there's tweaks we have to make on the quest system. But we're really happy that you can finally make progress on more than one quest in a match, in addition to removing that awkward pain point you've probably all experienced, where you load into a match and then say, oh no, I already completed my last quest, now I can't make any progress on any quest in this match.
That is true.
So that's finally removed.
Yeah, you haven't completed, you completed the last quest, but you haven't taken the new one, and then you're like, oh, come on, man.
We can put up on the screen to help us for the next section.
Yes.
There it is.
So a bunch of stuff in that screen. I'm not going to go through it all, but a few ones that I really want to highlight is everything.
So the preview your perks in lobby, I believe it's only yours. So it's nice that you kind of remember what perks you're running, but I really want to see everyone else's perks so we can compare. But okay, someone's running Deliverance. I know that they're running Deliverance. Thus, if I kind of keep a mental note that they are unhooked someone or they unhooked me, I know we don't really have to go and pick them up, right? Kind of makes sense, but fair enough. Quest system has been a bit of a point of contention here. A lot of people were talking about how bad it is, but hopefully it gets better. I haven't gotten the experience. Let's see, gamma settings, go next prevention. hiding in body blocking prevention, spawn roles and map offering balancing. That would be cool. Improve the AFK bots. Okay, cool. Let's go.
See in blue. So in green is what
Wait,
we
let's say this is April to June. So June is gonna happen in what, 3 weeks, and then they're supposed to implement all this before that time. Maybe? I don't know. I kind of doubt they will.
Be released just
right?
in June.
I mean, gamma settings will be easy to do for sure, because a lot of people are having issues with the game being a bit, including me actually, with the game being a bit too like dark. Like it's just dark. I cannot see things in the corner, and depending on the map, I just don't know what's going on. So a lot of people are doing like reshade options. That's the only way to solve the problem. So hopefully this will help out a lot.
Very soon around the corner. And a few ones that I wanted to highlight. One is, for example, the gamma setting. We know that it can be tough when it comes to the darkness level of some map, and being able, especially for console players, to be able to deal with those gamma settings is again going to go a long way. The go next prevention is quite important. Encouraging survivors to not give up at first hook is really something that we want
that
to
is such a pain.
improve. And one last one.
You get down faster. You don't like the killer. You
just bulk blood points.
KYS on the
I was watching
hook.
the stream of one of my favorite content creators just a few days ago with the release of Orella. She was super excited, saved millions and dozens of millions of blood points. And it takes a while. It takes a long time to spend those blood points. So
yeah, it's like 5 to 10 minutes just to
in a matter of few seconds is, I think,
to spend it. There's no point. It's bad
for DBD players for sure.
And this is how we find out I'm not your favorite content creator. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. No, that's great. I've had a few people come to the booth here at PAX just talking about the bulk blood point spending too. So glad that that's almost here.
Almost there. Oh yeah,
no, I hope so.
There is another one, which is custom game improvements. So this one is actually, for me, a cool story. Is we had
custom match, yeah.
Custom matches.
Can you move the mic? You move the mic when you talk. I want to make sure everyone hears Jose. Custom match improvements.
Custom match improvement. Yes, we had a really great conversation with tournament organizers, with some content creators, in order to understand what they really wanted. And
yeah, expand the options, right?
Good. But then we asked, but what is the top priority that we have? Because we want to make sure that we will be quick to deliver on this. And we have identified.
You have it until June. 3 weeks, man.
1 spectator slot to 5 spectator slots. They wanted to have hotkeys to be able to shift pretty easily from one player to another. And we are going to bring those.
Yeah, there's a lot of bugs in like even just spectating custom games, or just in general spectating games. Like a lot of the tournaments that I've been watching recently, there's like a killer bugs where you just see there like weird textures happening, or maybe what's happening is if you look at the killer view, or the spectators look at the killer view, they see the hook stages wrong. They see that someone activated off the burden, shoulder the burden, even though it's not even in the game, or it's not being used yet. So it's kind of weird. The same thing is if you're switching to Survivor, those hook stages are not always correct. So it's kind of just weird. Hopefully they fix it just in general. But we'll see about that. Also, it would have been great to have an option to watch your previous games, past games, whatever, like a replay option would have been amazing. I don't know if they have the capacity for it, but it would have been great, right? So you can see, okay, so this is what the killer was doing. This is what they did. Are they sus? Or are they just really good at the game? It's also possible, of course, but just like, it's always nice. Or see, like, what is your team doing? May not be optional, but, what is your team doing while you're kind of trying to escape with your life and give your team as much time as you can.
Right, into this June release as well. So happy to go fast on this one.
Yeah, and of course, that's not where we're going to end with custom match. That's just what we're delivering in June. In the future, throughout the year, we're going to add more customization options to custom match, including the ability to start selecting limited time event modes in custom match.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool.
Which will be very cool.
What about 2v8? Can that be in custom match too?
Yes, it will include 2v8.
Ooh, nice. Okay, that's perfect. That is amazing. Okay, having 2v8 is beautiful.
Maybe that was
what is this person playing, or what are they watching on their phone?
We built this list. My team got to be really involved in building this list based on your feedback that we've seen out in the community over years, some of these things. And we're going to continue doing that. So continue giving us your feedback, even as they release, like the abandoned feature. We know you don't get it one and done. We want to iterate and make them as good as they can be. So keep that up. It's not just lip service. Your feedback is super, super important. So thank you for that. And now, phase 2. We've already talked about stuff that people generally knew about. Now we can get into the second half of our call.
Let's see if I can move maybe on the right side. All right. Anti-slugging. Okay. Yep. Continuing improvements. Cool. Anti-tunneling, anti-camping. These two I think will be very, very important. MMR update as well. Yep. So what ended up happening with me is I played a new killer. I believe there was Trickster. I started to learn him, right? I played maybe 4 or 5 games where I was playing against, like, newer people in the first couple of games. And then after 5 games, right? I just got matched into, like, sweaty lobbies of, like, P70, P100, all 4 people bringing the best perks, the best add-ons, bringing Styptic, bringing everything. Like, it's, like, anti-hemorrhage. I think that's basically strange. They brought everything, and then of course if you don't perform, I think that's just an issue with the game itself. It's like us versus them mentality, right? You have survivors versus killers. What ends up happening is if you don't perform good as a killer, people just BM the fuck out of you, right? Sorry, I'm gonna swear, but they BM you. They're like the crouch tech, or not crouch, it's not in tech. They just like teabag you at the end of the gates. They just like do weird stuff, and it doesn't feel fun. And then if you are playing good and you're playing better and you're killing survivors and you're doing well, then they just go into in the post-match lobby or like chat, and they just like accuse you of being sweaty or like just berate you. It's like, bro, please. So like it's either one, they never really get something in the middle, or like people being nice. It's very, very rare, unfortunately. So it's kind of sad. But yeah, MMR upgrade would be great. Map and key item balancing, sure. Anti-cheat, sure, please. That is very important. More perk presets, yes, would be good. We currently have 3, and that's not enough. If you're like, for example, I am main Lara Croft, right? And then I would like to have more than 3, because one would be a gen build, one would be an experimental build, and one would be, one preset. I'm talking about presets. And then the third preset would be, for example, I don't know, something like healing based only, right? I would just have max heal. I could heal someone in like 4 seconds. Keyboard and mouse for consoles, interesting. Custom game improvements, yeah. Accessibility improvements, sure. Prestige awards will be nice. So for example, if you're Prestige 100, a lot of people were saying like, you don't really get anything. At least maybe get like a cool, not token, get a cool charm of that survivor, or maybe get like a bloody version of the their like perk charms, or get a banner with their face that's bloody, or something cool. That would be nice. That's like, it actually makes you wanna go into those P100, like basically P100 to someone, because it takes a very long time. Reduced login steps, yes, it takes a very long time for some reason. Like you just click on the game, it's like, yes, compiling shaders, which is fine, but it happens all the time. Logging in, preparing whatever, it's basically takes like a minute or something to get into it. It's kind of weird. And then 2v8 play while you wait. Wait, what does that mean? Does that mean like if we go into the lobby and we're trying to wait for 1v4, and while we're waiting, or like if you're a killer, it just says like, oh, you want to play 2v8 in the meantime, and then you drop in and you do your things, and then if the game starts, you just leave and you get a bot instead? What? Oh, let's see what they say.
Life initiative.
Yeah, of course. And so phase 2 is meant to take us through to the end of the year and even beyond. And we are going to deliver a little bit more than we had even previously communicated on. So I guess I'll give it to Jose to tell us a bit more.
Yes, so the first thing that you can see on the screen, all the measures that we want to take in order to improve camping, slugging, tunneling, we will actually give you more details in the coming weeks, in the coming months. We want to do it right. It's something that we want to carefully craft, and we want to also discuss more with our community and our content creators to make sure, again, we do it right. There is things like the keyboard and mouse support that we are going to bring actually in the summer. along with balance changes for map and keys that you are going to give us more details on.
Right, so map and keys, for the longest time, we've had 5 survivor items, of which only 2, maybe 3 have felt relevant. There's been these 2 sort of semi-relevant map and key items for a long time. We wanted to give survivors a big update. We always update killers. We don't do a lot for survivors. We're going to change that. Map are going to change to be basically a consumable version of Windows of Opportunity, if you can imagine that, which is very cool. And then keys are going to focus on revealing the killer's aura.
I mean, I would say it should be a cool idea to just have Windows of Opportunity be a passive perk that just happens. But it has like a very reduced range, right? We have like a 10 meter, 12 meter range instead of the 32. Feels like it would be a great idea to just show you up, like, you know, very short location of where the pallets are. Or same thing with like bonds. If it's like you're within 10 meters of a survivor, you can just see them through the walls. It would be so nice. Just especially for like new players, but fair enough. Fair enough. Well, let's see.
Still open the hatch, and there's also going to be some new gameplay related to the chests that the keys take.
Ooh.
Ooh, people like
this
that.
next one's also going to be an ooh.
Yeah, I guess so. So, in addition to bug fixes, there's a bunch of things we're super excited to tackle. The first, probably the biggest, is an MMR revamp. We've been hearing you guys complain about it for a long time. We really want to focus on making sure that MMR takes into account the actions you take in a game and how you play.
Finally.
As opposed to
so there are the okay, they're gonna talk about it. I think they had this talk forever. Everyone was talking about like, do you do hook stages or do you do how many people escape? Because you could be the best killer, right? You can have fun. You can have like super huge impact on the game. You can hook people. What you can have 12 hook stages, basically hook everyone, and they're gonna be on death hook. But then survivors escape, and then at the end of the game, you lost. Like, and Marsh is like, nope, you lost. Doesn't matter what you did. You just freaking lost. No matter how many hooks you did, no matter how many slugs, how many whatever, like how good you were in the game, doesn't matter. You just lost. So a lot of people are talking about like, please try to balance, like please make things balanced around hook stages instead, for example. But yeah, let's see.
The current black and white, just survive and kill. So that's going to be a really big change coming to MMR. We've heard it. We're excited to deliver that. We're going to
MMR revamp, people.
Yay.
If you don't know what that means, it's matchmaking ranking, and it'll help with matchmaking when we fix that.
Yeah. For the first time ever in an update, we're going to introduce a new survivor item this summer, which will be very cool, right into core.
What is it going to be?
Exciting. Of course, we're bolstering our anti-cheat measures because that's always a problem. We're going to start showing you queue time, estimated queue time.
Okay, good.
Right now.
Amazing, amazing. 10 out of 10, yeah.
As much as we all love 2v8, we all know that there's one very, very, very big problem with 2v8.
The queue.
That's how long you have to wait as a killer to get into a match. 12, 13, 14 minutes sometimes. Not on the next iteration, but the one coming in the summer, we're going to introduce a play while you queue feature. So you can queue up as killer. While you're queued up as killer, you can play matches as survivor in 2v8.
Nice,
while you wait, it'll hold your spot in line. You come back to the lobby, and you're ready to queue up as your killer. So
that is amazing.
You don't have to
that is
perfect.
Look
at the lobby screen for 12, 13, 14 minutes anymore.
Just a note on that, that's coming very soon.
For me, it was like 20 minutes, actually, but okay. Nice. That is a W.
It's coming very soon, but not in the next iteration of 2v8, which is even ultra soon. So the next 2v8.
Yeah. Okay, so then maybe it is actually next week.
Okay.
I heard like 17th, maybe in 2 weeks.
We do need to wrap it. I got the wrap it up signal about 5 times now. If you're a content creator in the audience, we also have some quality of life for you. We are overhauling the Dead by Daylight creator program completely.
Okay, that's cool.
And that's going to include what's called a support a creator system, which maybe you know from other video games.
They're codes, so you get some money.
The idea is that be a wide way for pretty much any deserving creator to be able to work with us, get stuff from us, and get rewarded. So stay tuned. We're going to talk a lot more about that.
I see. So basically like in Fortnite, right? They're like, oh yeah, enter my code. Please make sure to enter my codes.
Now, guys, so thank you so much for joining us.
Like any purchase that for example someone makes with RxLs or whatever, you get like 1% or 5% or something like that, I guess, right?
Thanks everyone. Awesome, thank you.
Or at least it will tell you like, okay, tell the developers that someone's interested in that.
Okay for me to go?
Content creator?
I think some people here want to hear about Five Nights at Freddy's. So we are going to let that happen and bring
Yeah.
out Dave and Matt to tell you all about it. Thank you, everybody.
I do appreciate the quality of life. I'm glad they're listening to like more hook stages. It should be very, very nice. Nice change.
Hello, PAX.
Hello.
Isn't it awesome to be back here?
It's amazing
Yes.
to be back here. It's nice to see you, even though I don't see quite well. It's nice to see you in person. Also, hi to everybody watching us online.
Hello.
And shout out to all the cosplayer. I've seen some of them. They're amazing. You know, especially Mr. Unknown somewhere there. Amazing. But I don't see anything, so, right?
After.
Yeah. All right, so
Maybe
of course,
he has,
being
like, a
here
eye
is,
surgery?
pretty
I don't
special,
know.
and we're here. It's perfect.
Maybe he just wants to become a pirate for a bit.
And to reveal a little bit more of our top requested, you know, of all time of the history of Dead by Daylight, the top requested license.
Yeah, so Five Nights at Freddy is our next chapter, as we've said. It is one of those crazy games. It's such an amazing story. They released about 10 years ago, just like we did. It was one of the first little indie horror games. Today, it is a gigantic behemoth
Franchise,
of a
yeah.
game and universe, actually. And we are thrilled to have Five Nights at Freddy's universe finally come into the fog.
So of course, the team has had a blast creating this chapter. It's such an amazing universe to explore.
Yeah, I really wonder
I
what the
just wanted
powers
to
are.
say, really quickly, that you know we do survey. We survey our community to know what you want out of licenses and content, and we listen to it. And Five Nights at Freddy's
Sure.
has been the top of the list for the longest time. So finally, it's here.
So what are we doing with Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah. Okay. So let's start and reveal our new killer. Let's show that bad boy.
Hey. Ooh, nice. Let's see. Is it Springtrap? I mean, it makes sense. Oh. Okay, there you go. Okay, yep. It's expected, right? Springtrap is...
You like that?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, personally, I've actually never played any of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. They're a bit too scary for me. I'm not a huge fan of horror games. I did see like PewDiePie and other creators play it a very long time ago, but I'm still excited for the game. You know, having this very, very important, very, very popular franchise come to DBD really means a lot because it will hopefully bring a lot of players. Same thing with like Resident Evil. You bring the popularity of the game up, and then that will give them more money, hopefully more resources to work not only on skins but like quality of life changes and more mods and whatever else.
Well, thank you
Modes,
for
sorry.
that. So I guess we made the right choice. Yeah, it was obvious to us too. Of course, Springtrap is the ultimate villain of the series, and for the first time ever, you'll be able to be in the suit. Isn't that amazing? You'll be the killer. You'll be Springtrap.
He will be known as the animatronic in our game.
Absolutely, yes. So the animatronic. Today we won't go into the power or the perks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not revealing a lot, but we'll show some screenshots later. And if you watch closely, you might see something very interesting. We're adding on top of the killer a very interesting survivor and killer mechanic that's quite unique to this chapter that will appear every time you play as Springtrap or that you face Springtrap. So you might get a clue about this. So obviously, we will reveal more of that in a couple of weeks in another stream. But I want to say that the power and the perks are really authentic to the universe of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes. Now, one of the other ways that we like to bring authenticity to the content that we create is with cosmetics, of course. And there are going to be a few really cool ones as we release this. But there's one we absolutely need to talk about today. A legendary outfit for Springtrap that we will have will be taken directly from the movie, and we're going to show a little thing.
Okay. What? This is the villain guy. Okay. Okay.
So,
Interesting.
of course, you may have noticed on screen there, this is the yellow rabbit from the movie as portrayed by the absolutely talented Matthew Lillard. So we... It's fine, get it out. Not only are we gonna have his pretty face in the game, but he was nice enough to record all the voiceover for the
Nice,
characters.
that's cool.
That's exactly what I said when I heard that.
Yeah. Hold on a sec. I do the stupidest thing ever. The way I get into this thing is I do like an ape thing. So hold on a sec.
Monkey.
Ollie, ollie, oxen free. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. Ready or not, here I come.
Interesting. Nice. Cool.
Fun.
He is such a cool guy.
So as you've seen, there is no survivor in this chapter, but yeah,
But you get a map.
But there is a map.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. We couldn't do this without, of course, the iconic location of Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Looks kind of similar to Sable's map.
So we took inspiration from the first game, so most of it. So instead of looking at it through camera, you're actually going to walk in it, and it's filled with Easter eggs, surprises, and of course jump scares.
It's cool. Looks cool. I don't see pallets, but fair enough. It's a concept art, probably.
And there's also one fantastic... Oh, well, I'll let you react to this a little bit more, I think.
Very similar to
It is cool.
Sable's map.
It's an awesome map. The team did great. Can't wait for you to play into it. So there's also something very, very cool, a quality of life feature that we're adding with this chapter. We will have a separate queue where you'll be able to go exclusively in this map.
That's cool. Just for now?
That's something that's going to be present for every upcoming map in the future also.
Yeah, let us know if you actually like the feature, and that's what we'll do. All right.
So do they mean like as a new map releases, you get an option to just play that map for a bit until the next one releases, right? So you learn the map specifically, or like if you really like the map, you just play that. Which I wonder if there's also an option to blacklist, or ban like 1 to 3 maps, for example. Like if you really do not like Cowshed or whatever map or the game, you just like you never get matched into that map. But I don't know. Just a thing, just a theory.
I mean, if everybody hates it, we'll take it out, but we try to listen, is what I'm saying.
Okay. That's cool. Okay, now
else?
I can tell. This looks like a trapper mask split in half. Oh my god. I thought maybe there was like 2 souls or something, or like 2 white ghosts, but I have no clue.
I think we're actually out of time on this one, so it's okay. There's going to be a big stream. Also, you should know, especially there might be a few people here who are big fans of Five Nights at Freddy that do not know Dead by Daylight so well yet. So go check out our socials, check our newsletter. We will be teasing quite a lot and giving a lot more information in the weeks leading up to the actual release. So right now, Dave and I will scoot. Dave will be back later, don't worry. And right now we'll leave the room to Rose and Eric to take you through some of the really cool collections coming this year.
Okay. I feel like they should have spent more time here, but maybe they cannot release too much information about it. So that's fine. Alright, Witcher 3.
What is it we're
Witcher
removing?
3.
We're removing the map? No? Okay. I couldn't hear backstage. So Five Nights at Freddy's, huh? Wow. How do we follow that?
I have no idea.
Well, I'll tell you how, Rose. With upcoming collections.
Yeah.
See?
Thanks for joining us, Rose. Rose is, as often as we can, we get her on stream to share the cool cosmetics that are planned, and today is no exception. So why don't we dive in, because this show is running
Show the
by
goods,
us
show the
very
goods.
quickly. So speaking of very quickly, I want to remind people or let people know maybe for the first time, about a year ago, we did a community contest where people got to submit designs for killers and survivors, among with other things. And they've just started rolling out in this week's update. So
I'm sorry, they're not. The Singularity and Jake Park were not good. Yeah, sorry. They're not as good. Singularity doesn't just have blue screen of death. It was supposed to have like a smiley face when he just walks around, and then when he attacks or he gets stunned, I think he has like a frowny face. But maybe there's just not an option, sure. But like compared to a an actual concept art, I feel like this one just does not look as good. It looks so good in the concept art, and then the Jake, I think his color scheme is a little bit more dull, for sure.
Lone Wolf.
But that's just me.
Jake Lone Wolf outfit by Fairy Kun, Little Friend badge by Yuki Yamato, and Singularity Death Top by It's Your Boy. You may have heard some discussion about the Singularity.
Yes.
That it's missing something on its face.
Yeah.
Should we add the frowny face back to that?
Yeah, of course.
Now we have to. I'm sorry.
Fine.
Yeah, the frowny face just looks nice.
People pressure the devs to do things.
Just for you, though. Just for you.
Thank you, Rose. So we'll be doing that, so stay tuned.
Good. Okay. Because a lot of people were criticizing it. Like, so many people were criticizing it.
Throughout the year. So thanks again to everyone who submitted. We're going to be doing another one. Stay tuned. So...
Yes. But it's been like, what, I think 8 months since they they had the announcements of the finalists, or like, sorry, the people who won the contest, and they only now release it. So it's been like more than half a year, and they only released 2 out of, I believe, 8. So hopefully they'll release it by the end of the year, because they're supposed to be gonna have a new one as well, community contest as well for this year. So we'll see.
Shouting. So there's a really exciting one, Rose, that, you know, taps into maybe a video game relevant audience.
Yes.
So, as you guys might already know, we love dark fantasy at Dead by Daylight. As you can tell from our Fortune and Fog and Dungeons and Dragons chapters, now we're super thrilled to be inviting another incredible fantasy world into the world of Dead by Daylight with...
Yep. The Witcher 3. Get out.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Very cool. Collection and cash shuffle. June 3rd, so that's gonna be in a month. Nice.
Witcher collection coming out on June 3rd.
June 3rd, very soon.
Is it just gonna be Geralt, or?
For fans of The Witcher, of which I am one, you're one, and I hope we got some other, it sounds like we have some other Witcher fans here. It's a cosmetic collection of 6 new Witcher-themed outfits coming to the Fog.
Please tell me it's...
Exactly, and of the 6, there are 2
Tell me they look good.
legendary outfits. The first one being the Legend
Geralt?
outfit for
Wait, whoa.
the artist.
The artist Legend one, what? That looks cool.
And of
Nice.
course,
Geralt.
Geralt of Rivia outfit for Vittorio.
Vittorio, okay, makes sense. The one where he has here rendered one does not look as good right now. Hopefully they like polish it a bit more. Looks cool.
So one of the best
I'm
parts
excited.
of Geralt's outfit is that it comes with a great new batch of voice lines recorded
Nice.
specifically by Doug Cockle, the character's original voice actor.
Yay.
Shout out to Doug Cockle. Any fans of him? He's actually in attendance at PAX this weekend. I saw. He's down in the signing area, so go meet him after the show.
And that's
Very
not
cool.
all. In
That's
the
not all.
collection, we also have very rare outfits for
Okay.
Yennefer.
I don't know about the eyes. The face looks weird. I'm sorry. Okay, Sable looks better. Yeah. I'm sorry, the face looks weird. Also, is this a burn mark?
Siri.
Siri looks fine, more or less. Sure. Yeah, sure. That one looks fine. I'm excited, yeah.
Triss Marigold.
Michaela, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, that works. Redhead.
And Eridan.
Ooh, the Knight Eridan, that looks cool. That is nice.
So stay tuned. We'll release more info on our socials later.
Wow. I actually didn't know we were going to show all those. That's great. We change things at the last minute a lot of times. So those look fantastic. I'm excited. Just a note about if you're wondering, if you're kind of deep into this game, his medallion, Geralt's medallion, the eyes light up in the Witcher. That's not going to happen in our game, so you know the entity doesn't want him to have kind of
suppresses all magical powers.
Yeah. So in case people were worried about that, it's not happening. Okay. So
he can cast Quen or Igni
super cool
on the killers. Just kill them.
Attached to an upcoming Chaos Shuffle event.
Nice.
At the same time.
So probably just banners and stuff, but I'm excited.
Is this
nice. Beautiful. 10 out of 10.
Amazing Geralt in the dub player card.
Nice. I do enjoy that one.
We couldn't talk about The Witcher without sharing this, so enjoy.
Very nice.
Our requisite feat content has been met for the
I might have to change my current banner, which is I think the house with the chicken feet. I don't know how to translate it in English. From the Baba Yaga. It was even the collection, but basically it's like an animated banner, so I might have to change it to this one.
So yes, June 3rd is right around the corner. Get psyched. But we still have some more to show you of other things. We're done with The Witcher for now, but other things. So our friend Matt, who you just
it's
saw,
in the second collection event,
big
right?
bushy eyebrows back in the day. He did a TV show with the Boulet brothers called Dragula. And they did a Dead by Daylight themed episode, which was flipping cool. And why not turn it around and now bring them into Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, it was super cool. I'm jealous of Matt. But they also have a video to talk to us about it.
All right.
Nice.
This is Dracula and Swantula, your Queens of Darkness, the Boulet brothers, and we are so excited about our crossover with Dead by Daylight. One of my favorite episodes of the show is when we did our Dead by Daylight challenge, and our cast had to come up with looks worthy of becoming a new killer skin in Dead by Daylight.
The Boulet Brothers collection will feature 2 outfits. The first is the iconic outfit for the Huntress, modeled after the winning design for that episode. The second is the Boulet Brothers artist outfit for the artist, which is a mix of both of us. Keep an eye out for that collection releasing on July 8th.
We'll see you in
2 months. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm more excited for the.
Look at that.
Okay, that looks cool. Still more excited for the Witcher one for sure.
What you just saw.
This one looks nice for the artist.
We're gonna keep it rolling because this show doesn't have a limited time. So next up is something from the extended world of Dead by Daylight.
Yep.
What can you tell us about
Frank
this?
Stone?
So last year, Supermassive Games released the casting of
What are you gonna do? Please. What, new killer? He's coming soon as
a
well?
brand new killer. This year, Frank Stone in his transformed state will be entering the entity's trials as a cool new legendary outfit for the Trapper.
Trapper? Yeah. Okay. I thought they were gonna actually have a killer, full-on killer for like a new killer with new powers, but he did seem like just Trapper.
To be released in September.
Okay.
And just as a note, if you played the game, you know that's a screenshot from the casting of Frank Stone. It's not an in-game shot just yet from Dead by Daylight, but that is what it's based on. So stay tuned for that one. All right, last one. Oh, actually, before I go on, in case you haven't played the casting of Frank Stone, which I think you should, it is now 80% off right now.
You know why it's so why it's 80% off within the first year or half a year that it came out? Yeah, that's why. And most people know. So yeah. Play it now, I guess.
No excuse not to buy it. Go play that amazing game. And shout out to
Amazing.
Supermassive. We love that. Okay, last one that Rose has brought for us today is adding some new outfits to an existing fan favorite collection.
Yep, we're adding 2 new outfits to
Nice.
the Tomb Raider collection.
Oh, yes! Yes, yes, yes. I'm a Tomb Raider main.
Both of which are releasing on August 5th. The first one is Lara's classic ensemble, which is
nice.
Tomb Raider, Lara Croft.
Hey.
Yep, this is
Wait,
the
so-
iconic look that starts.
Wait, but isn't there? I guess there's a similar one that they currently have, but it's I guess it's not exactly the same.
It all for Tomb Raider, and we're super happy to be bringing it to Dead by Daylight.
That's
we'll
cool.
also be adding in another outfit, but we'll be sharing more news about that in the future.
I see. I see.
Yep. Wasn't ready yet. Just stay tuned.
Fans will recognize it though.
That's true.
I mean, yeah.
Thank you so much, Rose.
Nice. I'm excited for the Lara Croft and The Witcher.
FNAF is a big
Be
deal,
nice.
but these are a big deal too, right, guys?
Yes, skins to pay for the game, for the game's developer
So
development.
there's plenty of other collections that are still going to be releasing. We just don't have a million years on the show to show you all of them. So stay tuned. Check out Dead by Daylight, our social media.
That's cool.
You can catch them there. And now, Rose, I will bid you adieu. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
No,
you,
F off,
everyone.
Rose.
Folks, now you got to spend a minute with me. I'm sorry. So we are here for Dead by Daylight's 9th anniversary, but we are also Behavior, a game studio that does other things, and we thought, why not just
Like
take
what?
just a minute to tell you about something cool that we're doing.
Oh,
outside
they
of
have
Dead by Daylight.
the game Meet Your Maker, I believe, right? But I don't think it's that popular anymore. It's where you get into people's like mazes slash castle, like dungeons thing, and then let the people build themselves with traps and everything. You're supposed to get a cube, like they're basically a core of that castle or maze or whatever, and get out.
There is a
fast,
desire
like as fast as
from
you can.
ourselves to help out and publish other smaller horror games where we can. And our first
Okay.
foray into that is with an amazingly cool little game, and it's called It Has My Face.
Okay, cool.
Not my face, don't worry. So it is a first-person roguelite set in a dystopian city, and within the city you have to find and kill your own clone.
All right.
If the clone doesn't kill you first. It Has My Face started as a game jam creation by Nightbite Studios, which is 2 people. And in fact, they have recorded a little message for us today just to introduce themselves. So let's go to that.
Hello everyone, I am Salih, founder of Nightbite Games and the lead developer of It Has My Face. The game actually started as a jam game around the theme of clones, and the response was amazing. After the jam, I kept working on it for years, and later my brother joined the project. We are a tiny team making this really unique and awesome game with lots of love. So I hope you enjoy the game as much as we do making it every day.
Sure.
Thank you for your support and stay tuned for
It'll
more
be cool
news.
to take a look at the trailer. Bye bye. Oh, okay, so you know what you look like. Okay. You need to change clothes? Oh, weapon, okay. Alright, that's cool now. Can you press that? Okay. What happens when you hit 100? Alright, cool.
All right. So you can actually head to Steam right now if you want to check out the demo of It Has My Face and wishlist it. It's going to be in early access later this year.
Okay.
One last thing from the extended world of Behavior. Who has heard
One
of
more
Red
game?
Hook Studios, the creators of Darkest Dungeon? Yeah.
Dark Extension? Yeah, yeah.
Well, they are also doing their anniversary stream today from PAX. It is later today, in fact, the anniversary for Darkest Dungeon 2. It's at 6 p.m. right here from PAX if you want to check it out. It's not at PAX. I'm lying, but it's today. I'm at PAX, and my brain is melted. Red Hook's second anniversary stream for Darkest Dungeon 2 is at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can check it out on Twitch at Red Hook Studios.
But
We're
you
going
just
to be hosting it on our own
gonna
channel.
have ads
so if you're lazy,
for
you
them?
can just stay here. And that's your Eric Pope interlude. We're going to get back to the fun action now with Dave Richard. Dave, come out here.
Interesting. Are they like just partners? That's why? Choose your own chapter. Okay, let's see.
Hi, Dave.
This was a
I gotta
interesting
readjust
thing.
myself. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
All right, Dave. We got a clock counting us down, so we're gonna zip through this. But this is an awesome one. This one is my personal favorite thing of the entire show. And
As it should, yes.
It is. So it's a new original chapter coming.
Yep.
Okay.
A new killer, new survivor.
Yes.
And that's kind of all we know.
Yeah, we
Very
don't
nice.
know anything about this chapter because you have not created it yet.
Ah, so you have no ideas? No, that's like, okay, community created. Lol.
What does
Make
that
the
mean?
community work for you.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so obviously we have an amazing community. They have a lot of creativity. We've seen it in, homemade
Basically, you have the same thing as community contest for the killer and stuff. The killer powers and then how the killer will look, etc.
We want to be able to create a chapter from scratch with all of you, building every step from pre-production to the end of the process.
Yeah, so it's going to lead us up to our 10th anniversary. It's going to be an awesome experience that we're going to get. It's a long experience, too. We really want you to experience what it's like to build a whole chapter. So, Dave, I'm
Usually people like to play the chapter or
this,
play the killers, not build them, but okay.
Well, we've been thinking about it for quite a bit. We wanted to make sure that we could do this right. And I think we found the right format.
I think so. So do you want to talk about the format or do you want to tease it a little more?
I guess. Okay. So basically what we want to do is we will not go just, hey, let's get comments online and do something, people suggest.
Why not?
We
I don't know. It sounds
kind
of nice.
sure that we give you the right choices to build this so that we end up with something extraordinary that everybody will love. And so we are using a choose-your-own-adventure format for this. Matt is like, ooh, Matt's impressed backstage. Thank you, Matt.
We have some folks here pretty young, might not know what Choose Your Own Adventure is.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you don't know what it is, it's basically a series of books, and you read a story, there's a great narrative, and then you have
Gives you like 3 options.
Page that will bring you either to the dungeon, to open a door, and then you go to that other page of the choice you've made until you die horribly or get out of the book.
Okay.
So we want to do something similar.
They give you like 3 options and then decide which is the best one.
Strong narrative that will bring
Top 3,
you into
and then
the
you just choose
creation
one.
of these, creature, killer, survivor, whatever.
And so
Give me a survivor with big ass boobas and big ass ass.
You as a community get to vote on certain choices to
let it happen, guys. Let it happen.
step each of these characters.
Absolutely.
So
Probably not gonna happen because
I
it's
think the community's
behavior.
Probably gonna make something special
No,
with
we'll
their
see.
choices and pretty wild. Do you want to kind of give an example of what they might look like? Those choices.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a killer, for example. We would start with the eye-level fantasy of who this character is. So, for example, we might ask, would you prefer to have a killer that's grounded into reality? Would you prefer a supernatural character, otherworldly character? And so we have these eye-level fantasy, and then based on the top vote, we move on to, in the story. And so we would define a little bit more precisely. So, for example, if the top vote is supernatural, then maybe the other choice would be, is it an undead character? Is it a
Ghost
a
or whatever.
person that has occult supernatural powers? And so on until we'll define it, the whole fantasy, the narrative, and of course the power as well.
And so we're going to do the same for Survivor.
That's what you do when you run out of ideas. You're like, yeah, let community decide.
They have perks
Let's see.
to define. They have a rich backstory. Why do we empathize with them? So you'll get.
Are you gonna empathize with the killers?
You know what relationship they have and how it defined this survivor.
Yeah, so essentially you'll be in game, you see, oh, I got a new choice to make this week. You go and vote, and then maybe the next week or the next time we check in a couple weeks, you'll see the results of your previous vote. Okay, now we have an otherworldly killer, and then you move on from there. Is that right?
That's absolutely right.
That's cool.
You got it. But there is a twist. So just like in the Choose Your Own Adventure books, of course, you can always peek at the different choice. To cheat, to get the best thing you want for you. So in our process, we'll have twists like this. One, for example, is a change your fate mechanic. So we will always give you the padding choice of the top winning choice that you voted on and the runner-up. So you'll be able to see all of these different possibilities, and maybe we'll change path along the way. So there's a lot of question there. There's a lot of steps, and you know, for killers right now, as we designed this, we're over 1,000 different possibility of ending killers. So it's going to be pretty.
I mean, the background of the killer doesn't really change anything.
He's built. It's amazing. So the idea is to take all these folks through the whole production cycle. Yeah.
Yeah. So pre-production, we start with fantasy teams, etc. And then when we finish this, we won't stop for production. We will involve you in production as well. So anytime that usually in a chapter creation, we get to decide which outfit, which weapon is going to use, you know, we see different concept and we choose the best one, we will involve you into that. So
I feel like they're still going to influence it a lot.
We would show you 3 different concepts of weapons with lore attached, the reasoning why the killer would use this, and you will vote on the one you want in the final product.
Okay.
Yep. It's a big experiment that I'm psyched to take you through because you might actually learn something along the way about how flippin' complex game development is, but we want you to take the ride with us for once instead of just waiting for the result. So I think it's going to be cool.
We'd love to be able to have
it's going to be for like basically it's going to take the entire year,
so
right?
You can also play the prototypes, which is something that you don't usually see.
Yep. So
that's cool.
Whoa, Matt's excited. Yeah, so the idea is, you know, our 10th anniversary, almost a year-ish from now, is all about you, the community. So that's a really nice thematic way to build up towards it throughout the year, yeah?
Absolutely. So it's going to take a while. It's going to be a super nice adventure. Can't wait to see what you will choose, what you will build. We've done some internal tests, and every time we ended up with a different concept, which was amazingly interesting. And yeah, we want to have this available for our 10th anniversary year. So
I wonder what the community is going to decide.
It's super fun testing it internally. Dave's
/ the devs, because the devs can always say, "Oh yeah, the majority of the community voted for this," even though they didn't.
We're not going to wait too long to get started. Just hang tight another couple weeks, and our first vote will roll out, and then we'll just go on from there. We can do pretty much what we want. We keep coming up with questions during this process, like, oh, what should we do for this? And the answer keeps coming back, well, whoa, let's let the community choose. So right down to the name of the chapter, you know, we're talking about everything. So we'll see you out there.
So keep an eye out on our socials so that you
are gonna have to pay for that chapter too. Yeah, they're like, okay, this is what community decided. You guys have to buy it.
Thank you, Bax.
Good luck. $5, $10, or $7.99, whatever the price is. Yep, you guys buy it. I love it.
We're shockingly on time, and that means I get to make a merch shout out. Let's see that merch, folks. Matt's making his way out here. You can maybe still get some, so it's not this one, the merch down at the booth, but that's selling out fast. And this you can get on the shop right now, on the DBD shop.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, hi, Matt. Why are you here?
Hey, we are at the end of the show. Thank you so much for everyone for joining us. Normally, this is the bit of the show, if you've watched the anniversary once or twice, where you figure, oh, there's got to be something that comes after, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, we've tried to do things a little differently this year.
Because we heard Gordjiro was going to attend, and we're like, cancel it. Let's not do anything special for this one.
So if you've paid very close attention to the show, you will notice that we've already told you what the license coming after Five Nights at Freddy's is.
What is it? Wait, I don't remember.
So you already told them throughout the show.
Yeah,
did?
there's
What?
been a bunch of clues hidden throughout our broadcast, a bunch of hints. So I want you to put on your tinfoil hats. Polly, we're looking at you. And then give us our best speculations and theories on what you think it is. Actually, anybody here knows?
Shrek is what was shouted from the crowd if you're watching at home.
I think Shrek is in the maybe pile.
He's not even joking.
So yeah, go on our socials, tag us,
Okay,
and
fair
give
enough.
us your
Let's get
best
give us Shrek.
speculations and your best
Hashtag give us
guesses.
Shrek.
We will let you know if you were right.
We
Go
heard-
back, watch the show.
We heard they like teasers, right? So let's do some teasing of what the next chapter is
There you
instead
go.
of just shouting it at you on a stage.
I mean, would be kind of nice.
Shout out to the Binding of Isaac, actually. They were just talking about us on Twitter, yeah. But it's not that.
You're not supposed to.
I shouldn't say that, but
no,
it's
you're
not
not supposed to. All right, well,
Okay.
one last time, thank you again
Yeah.
so very
All right.
much.
Cool. Good game well played.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston. Yeah.
We do have another stream coming shortly. We'll announce the date when we can to reveal the specifics of the Five Nights at Freddy's chapter, how the gameplay works and all that. Stay tuned.
Okay. And that's how it sounds. Okay, so I would say overall pretty nice. I did enjoy them talking about quality of life, like MMR changes, about hooks versus the hooks versus escapes. That one's nice. Also just the new events and stuff. The ability to, while you wait for the killer and then you just play as a survivor for a bit. That's cool. That's kind of cool. Very good. Yep, overall pretty nice. We'll see how it's gonna be. Too bad we didn't really get anything besides just saying that this is gonna be Springtrap. Last but not least, the collection event. I believe which one looks pretty cool. I do like the Geralt one. I do like the Sable one, and then I guess the Leshen and the I forgot his name already. The Knights one. Dude, I played Witcher 3 a very long time ago, but I already forgot. Sorry. So those ones are cool. We'll see how it's gonna go, I guess. Alrighty, so that should be it. Let me guys know what you think about it. What do you think about the event? What do you think about the current state of DBD? Is it going in the right direction? Is it going in the wrong one? Let me know. Alright, that should be it. Alright, see you guys. Bye.